Hi, ART105 folks. I'm your instructor, Raven Moffat, for this extremely short 5-week um, summer semester. I'm going to share my screen. Now, I just want to make sure everyone knows I teach this summer semester, this first 5-week summer semester. I am teaching two of the exact same course. Both of them are Art 105. The CRN is different. So if you are in my other Art 105 course, which is like 30096, I think, do not be afeared. The pacing is exactly the same. So I'm just going to record this one video for both classes. It'll save me some time. It's going to be the exact same for both. The only thing that'll be different on your screen, if you're in my other class, will be your CRN. That said, please, it will be so imperative that if you email me with a question about class that you put the CRN that you are in because again, the pacing should be the same, but I want to make sure I'm finding the right student. And because I will be teaching two extremely short 5-week same structure class, so that I can find you, please, please, please put your CRN in any email you have. So this will be the landing page. You'll have any updates and announcements. I try to do bi-weekly announcements, and a lot of them are reminders for things that are coming up, and a lot of them are generalized feedbacks because oftentimes I'll have multiple students either take the same approach and I want to praise them, or maybe have a slight misunderstanding, and I'll post individual feedback in your assignments, but I'll also make a class-wide announcement there. You have this link to a librarian. Please use it. There are some research components in this class. And you also have my PIMA email. That is the way to contact me. I will try to respond as quickly as possible. 24 hours is generally what it's going to be. But that said, I am a human and I do have other classes I'm teaching. I have other things that I'm doing. You can, of course, ping me again if you feel like I've lost your email. But if you give me some grace, I'll give you some grace. I'm just going to quickly take you through how the course is set up. Everything is accessible on D2L. And what you're going to do is you're going to start on the welcome module. And then you're just going to click on the very first page. And this is a welcome, kind of goes over what the course is going to cover. This is a little bit more information about me if you're curious. And then this is the one of the most important pages on the whole D2L. This is your schedule of work. I want to make it very clear. All assignments are due at 11:30 on the date posted. So there's not really any discrepancy of turn in time. It's always 11:30. Um, and because this is such a short class, things are going to stack very quickly. So your first things that you'll have due will be your syllabus receipt and also your first discussion, which is like an introduction. But very soon after that, you have your first and second chapter quiz, both May 31st. Um, please look all the way through this. I have all the due dates embedded in D2L's calendar, but if you need a reference or you need something that you could print, take a look at this because our class ends, I'm scrolling all the way down. Our class ends June 29th. Like, and I need to get grades in right away. So plan ahead. We do have some things that are a little bit more involved, and you want to be working on those from the start rather than at the week that they're due. Um, okay. So you'll click through all of those. I have a couple resources, and then at the bottom you have your syllabus quiz, some grading rubrics to understand how I'm grading things, and some links to some Pima art events. Some of them are a little bit dated, but just to give you an idea of what you might experience. And then we have a full overview of the assignments here. The assignments are also embedded. So after you go through your welcome module, you will start the first content module is module 1. And there's a checklist here to help you kind of go by. And then there's also content here, an interactive review activity. And at the bottom, you have the graded activities. I want to let you know that this art museum field trip assignment, the hands-on self-portrait, and the potential extra credit are all more involved activities. So you need to Start them early. And the museum field trip does require you to go to a museum. So you need to research when that museum is open, what the cost is, arrange a ride. Like you need to do that ahead of time. Um, the last thing I'm going to go over is the syllabus. It is loading. Okay. While it's loading, I will share that in my welcome email, I just sent you a link to a student gallery. And this is a Google Slides document. You will need to use your Pima email in order to access this. Um, you'll also need to use your Pima email anytime you're emailing me because spam's going to send your personal email to my spam folder. Um, and this is where you're going to put your hands-on self-portrait, which is one of those bigger assignments due towards the end of the semester. And this is a way for us to share it. We found that this is more streamlined than posting on a discussion. So once you finish your hands-on self-portrait, you'll just take your picture of your image and drop it here to share out with the class. All right, here's what your syllabus is going to look like. This is a fully online remote class. Again, this is my email. Anytime you want to meet with me and discuss things in more depth than over email, we're going to do that via this Zoom link. But you need to arrange a time ahead of time. This is a breakdown of how many hours you can expect to work in a 5-week class, 27 hours. This is quite involved. This is a breakdown of what you'll need. Again, transportation to get to that museum and some things to make the hands-on self-portrait. This is a breakdown of grades. This is how that looks in terms of percentage. That should be normal and then points. I turn around grades pretty quickly, so you should always know kind of where you're at. If you think you're going to experience a late submission, you need to email me ahead of time and request an extension and provide a date that you want me to give that extension by. Because this is such a short class, I may not be able to always provide that. I certainly won't the last week. I don't give extensions on quizzes. It's my way of doing attendance. So the only case in which you would get an extension on a quiz is if you had a total computer like malfunction, like D2L didn't work for you or something. And so that said, let me scroll back up. We have a link here to D2L Brightspace help. So if you're having issues with D2L, email me to let me know, right? But then go seek help from the D2L folks. I don't know how to fix things on your D2L, unfortunately. This is my generative AI policy. You can use it with acknowledgement. You cannot copy and paste information directly from a generative AI uh, generator. It can only be used to help find information, help break things down for you. Of course, you can use it to edit or check the grammar, but you need to cite it in proper MLA or APA citation. You need to be active and involved in order to get participation points. And Mariana is our department head. I think that's all I have for you. Looking forward for this super quick, very in-depth class. Just please know you can email me at any time if you have questions.